Warriors on the wing. The two towering figures inside for him, Towns and Gobert. And it's McDaniels at the small forward position. And for Chicago, Vucevic is out there with DeRozan. Then there's Dosunmu. Then it's White. And it's Caruso in at the small forward. This should be a fun one, Greg. Two teams that are among the most athletic in the NBA.
And I don't know if it'll be a track meet, but it will be an up-tempo game. And that's the only way these teams know how to play.
And the rejection by Towns. Baseline try. Caruso grabs the miss. Chicago with the ball. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
And, you know, those are the kind of games that sting and that bad taste lingers. Knowing you were in it, but not coming through down the stretch, those are hard to get over sometimes.
And it's Towns missing.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Out to the right wing. Dosunmu, the pass to Caruso. It's White on the wing. And here's Vucevic. Gobert pulls it in.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And that one, good.
And a little contact on the shot, but Conley with the laser focus on the finish. And you know, what you love about Mike Conley, he's a leader by example.
The epitome of a terrific point guard and teammate. True professional in every sense of the word, on and off the floor. He plays and he teaches and mentors. I could see him, if he desired, being a really good head coach someday.
The kick out to Towns. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
DeRozan's shot is off. Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's McDaniels. Outside, Towns. And they get it back. Kept alive, Minnesota. And another shot. Conley gets the bucket.
And the mechanics of Conley's shot are rock solid, allowing him to take a shot with no hesitation.
Now here's White. Last game, 26 points. It's White on the wing. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
And that one's good. Towns.
His first make, and, you know, maybe that will get him going.
And now the first timeout called here for the Bulls.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Drummond's checked in for Vucevic. Taylor comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Terry's checked in for Dosunmu. And it's Carter in for Kobe White. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Kyle Anderson comes in for Towns. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. And it's Shake Milton in for Mike Conley. Now here's Caruso. After the miss from Kyle Anderson. Over Anderson. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Incredibly for the Minnesota Timberwolves, Clark, the 2004 playoffs are the only time they've won a series.
You know, Kevin, with Kevin Garnett, they had a few 50-win teams and some excellent coaches. That just tells you, I think, how hard it is to win in this league.
Here's Alexander Walker. Nothing on the board. No good on his first attempt of the game.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Here's Alexander Walker. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
Assisted, Shake Milton.
Bulls trail by 6. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Carter, the pass to Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Tell you what, that was a power play by Drummond there. He's made a career out of stress testing the rims.
Here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stop.
Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
Here's Drummond. That one's a miss. His third shot of the game. He's made one of them. Alexander Walker passes to Anderson. Good work there as it goes.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Minnesota on top. They lead by 8. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Minnesota.
The defense has been giving them plenty of mid-range jumpers, and they've been making them pay for that mistake.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, the two towering figures inside for him, Towns and Gobert. Conley out there with Shake Milton. And it's McDaniels in at the 3 spot. And here's Gobert following the three-pointer by DeMar DeRozan. Yep, it counts. 6 points for Conley.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint. Clark, when you think of top rebounders today, Rudy Gobert is a name that comes to mind.
Yeah, he's super long and tall, but that's not just why he's such a dominant rebounder. He's got a real good knack for reading where balls are coming off, and the timing that he has is pretty impeccable too. And even though he's north of 7 feet tall, he does a good job boxing out as well.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. The Timberwolves have gone Twin Towers with Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. Gobert says, I love playing with another dominant big because I've always thought that I could pass. I know that I can make guys around me better. Cat says we complement each other. He's a generational talent on defense, and I think I'm a generational talent on offense. Kevin, I'm a generational talent on the sideline.
with the assist.
You are indeed, and that's why you are in Springfield. No argument here, David. Thank you. So it's Minnesota now. The Bulls getting the bucket. Offensive rebound, Milton. It's another look. And at last, they get one to fall. Milton's got the lead up to 9 now for the Timberwolves. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. On the wing, Terry. Vucevic against Gobert. And it's Vucevic missing.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
That's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Conley, the pass to Towns. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on DeRozan.
Well, I like the way Towns plays such a physical style. It's tough on the officials, but the fact that he doesn't mind initiating contact gets him to the strike.
Taking 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Towns. And with Towns, we're looking at one of the best three-point shooting big men in the NBA, Clark. He is something to watch.
He really is, and when you add in everything else he does, Kevin, he's one of the best players in the league, period.
That one misses. And you think of height as an advantage in basketball, but Greg, the versatility, such a premium. Can you be too tall in today's NBA?
It's a valid question. The two biggest concerns for 7-footers are mobility and durability. To move the way they need to puts a lot of strain on those lower extremities.
Here's McDaniels. No good there off the double clutch.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
DeRozan has that old school game, a throwback wing. He's not just a three-point chucker, and that makes him a different kind of matchup.
Bulls shooting their first free throws of the game.
Looking over their percentage on the season, I think they would be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Andre Drummond's checked in for Vucevic. Alex Caruso comes in for Terry. And it's Carter in for Dosunmu. Now here's Conley. He's got 6. Pass to Alexander Walker. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Alexander Walker's got 5.
Man, he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
He's starting to find himself out there now. You know, he's taking much better shots here in the second quarter.
Here's Conley following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Carter outside. To the middle. Here's Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
You know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
Carter against Conley. Shoots over Caruso. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Caruso's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And it's good, 2 points. And now it's only a 5-point Minnesota lead.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Out to the right wing. Here's Conley. Knocks it loose. The dive for the ball. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Conley. And checking out some numbers for Karl Anthony Towns. Taylor's checked in for DeMar DeRozan.
Terry Taylor.
The Bulls have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Caruso finds Drummond. Got a piece of it. And now Minnesota on the fast break. No one near Conley as he lets it go. Another miss by Minnesota.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Taylor passes to Caruso. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Edwards. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. It's Drummond with the drive. And Drummond throws it down.
Looking fairly nimble on that drive. Once Drummond gets ahead of steam towards the bucket, get out of the way, please.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Timberwolves lead by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Carl, you guys have built a lead. What is the key to maintaining or increasing it going it forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. Just stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense, and just keep making them think and make decisions, especially the difficult ones.
You had the advantage in the first half. We'll see if you can keep that advantage in the second half. Thanks for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was all about Minnesota as the game got going. You could see the daggers in their eyes as they went on a 10-4 run to start things off. When the clock ran out in the first quarter, they were up by 8. Heading into the second quarter, the wheels started to fall off the cart as they were outscored by a healthy margin, but were still able to limp into halftime, nursing a 1-point lead. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
We have to love the second unit. I mean, the effort they displayed, they're doing much more than giving the starters a break. We're seeing real intensity from them, particularly on the offensive end.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Well, they could be ahead in this game if they were taking care of the boards. More possession means more scoring opportunities. A few rebounds either way could decide the outcome of the game. Ultimately, this game will come down to who wants it more.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Bulls Youth Dance Team.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You gotta like what DeMar DeRozan has done in this game.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
LGA for the Bulls, it's been a struggle to find consistency the past few seasons.
It's been a one step forward, one step back kind of situation that they don't need to set their sights on a title yet. They just have to establish that winning culture.
Dosunmu is out there with White. And it's Alex Caruso. And it's Vucevic. And it's Carter in at the 4 spot. That's the group on the floor for Chicago. And it's good for 2.
And I like the decision making. He's taking what the defense is willing to give him.
You know, more and more big guys in the league have that mid-range shot in their bag now, and they need it.
Now here is Conley. 6 points for him. Edwards, that's good. Edwards got 6 points.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident in taking on defenders and finishing.
And White kicks to Caruso. Back to White. 3-pointer. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
And it's Conley with the ball for the Timberwolves. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And Towns gets it to go. He has 7.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Caruso finds Vucevic. Bulls moving the ball around. Dosunmu's shot is off. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, Kevin. DeMar DeRozan credits his upbringing in Compton, California for helping him make the person that he is today. He said, "It gave me my toughness, my aggression. It matured me very fast into a man. That's something that to this day sticks with me. No matter what I get or how much I have now, I still remember what it feels like to have nothing." Kevin?
That's a good thought to keep in your head. David, thanks. So for the Bulls, Taylor comes in for Carter, and Terry's subbed in for White. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Mike Conley. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And the dunk by Towns.
The 7-footer Towns using his size to perfection down low.
Hey, Greg, even by modern big man standards, Karl Anthony Towns can really shoot the 3.
Yeah, and the only center to win a 3-point shooting contest. Towns has developed a terrific stroke, and he just shoots the ball as well as most of the guards in our league.
Now here's Taylor, still without a basket. And that one's good, Caruso. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Swiped it away.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Vucevic to the pass to Caruso. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
Bulls have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
At the line for Chicago, Alex Caruso.
The free throw drops for Caruso. Drummond's checked in for Chicago. Minnesota also making some changes. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Anderson comes in for McDaniels. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Edwards. And so Caruso nails both of them. After 2 consecutive first-round exits, Greg, the Timberwolves are looking to take that next step.
And with Anthony Edwards at the helm, I think they will soon. But you have to remember, he is only 22 years old. And when your star is that young, you typically have to endure some growing pains before breaking through. I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Now, here's Milton. Good work defensively by Terry.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense. You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Terry. After the basket by Minnesota, Caruso. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 4 rebounds now tonight. The shot's good for Milton. And now it's a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
with the assist.
23 seconds left in the third quarter. Milton looking around. The kick out to Towns. Drills the three-pointer. Towns has got 9 points here in the second half.
Look, how do you come up with a strategy to defend Towns on a night like this? I'm anxious to see you try.
1 second left. Misses the shot. It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for Minnesota. Scoring, rebounding. He was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Time now for an injury report. Now an update on DeMar DeRozan from David Aldridge. Dave, what'd you find out?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Bulls gave us some information. He said it's a hyperextended shoulder and that they've got ice on it now to try to bring down the inflammation.
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Towns and Gobert hold down the post for him. Conley is the point. Edwards plays on the wing. And it's McDaniels in at the 3. Here's White. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist.
A stat sheet stuffer of a player. DeRozan has really improved as a passer.
Conley against Vucevic. Here's McDaniels. The three-pointer, no good.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
They get it again. Count that 1, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Vucevic.
Boy, so smart and relentless on the offensive glass. Seems to me that Vucevic has that extra sense of tracking down missed shots. Seems to just have a nose for the ball.
Now here's Terry. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. DeRozan shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one is on Towns.
You know, DeRozan is deceptive in his height and quickness, so I think it makes him hard to guard, especially from this area.
And the Bulls making a change here. Caruso's checked in. Both free throws good from DeRozan. Timberwolves leading by 3. The pass to Conley. Here's Gobert. Conley up top. White covering. The shot's good.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Passes it to DeRozan. Back to White. From outside the arc. And the 3 ball is good. White's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And you have got to honor White on the perimeter. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense. Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Shooting for Minnesota, Anthony Edwards.
Free throw good, Edwards.
Hey, like a lot of guys, Edwards rides momentum as a player. When his confidence is soaring, so is his activity level.
And Edwards drops them both.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity, he's cashing in on those.
Over to the wing. Here's Caruso. Anthony Edwards with the rebound.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Fast break, Chicago. Vucevic finds DeRozan. And finished off by DeRozan.
Turning up the temperature on his intensity that time. DeRozan getting it done in the big-time moments.
Now here's Conley. McDaniels passes to Towns. Shoots over DeRozan. Another miss by Minnesota. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the Bulls. Trailing by 2. And DeRozan throws it down.
Well, DeRozan really has a gift for scoring. Buckets just seem to find him.
For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. To the wing right side. Here's Towns. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
Big bucket for him there. Towns happy to put the team on his broad back when he's needed most.
And the Bulls call timeout here. They're trailing by 2. 1:35 left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Karl Anthony Towns.
He simply turned the inside into his personal workshop, getting bucket after bucket with aggressive interior offense. So you know what? When that's the case, just keep feeding him, and that's what his teammates did.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. He said to his guys, we need to push the pace more. Come on, guys, we're at our best when we're attacking in transition. Energy up now. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's Edwards. Oh!
Man. At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. DeRozan against Anderson. Here's White. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Conley. Here's Anderson. Nice D from DeRozan.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. For 3, Edwards. Vucevic with the rebound. And it's the Bulls with the ball. DeRozan on the wing. Over Anderson to take the lead. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Minnesota calls timeout. Minnesota with the ball. Edwards looking it over. On the clock. Misses the 3.
Big time delivery. Go Bear.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 2. 3 seconds left in the game. Here's Caruso. Count it!
You know, that's not how you screen for your guys, but ultimately, they still found a way to come away with the hoop.
And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. DeMar, this team is playing well together. How are you encouraging and fostering that sense of all of you being together and playing well?
We're just making everybody comfortable. We're making each and everybody on this team comfortable. If it's jump shots, if it's attacking the basket, you know, even if it's on the defensive end, you know, we just giving each other confidence every time we practice.
And it sure looks like it out there tonight, DeMar. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time